How excited are you right now?
Oh man, I've been excited.
After I apologize, number 26, Christian Summersett.
We knew we were going to go to state when we were little. Ever since we were in elementary, we were going to get here, and we're finally here.
So obviously, how big of an advantage was it playing at home today?
Oh, it's crazy. When we heard it Monday, we were all hyped. That's a long bus ride. I feel bad for them. They had to come all the way down here. It's a long bus ride. It makes a big advantage.
What was going through your mind in that first quarter when you guys were kind of struggling to get things moving a little bit like you normally do during the year?
We knew after last week that we were going to struggle, maybe not necessarily struggle, but it was going to be a slow start. They're a good team. We knew that we just had to come back and fight the adversity of not scoring right away like we usually do. So just knowing that we were prepared to come out here and score points.
Well, our talk all week was quarterback versus quarterback. So how important is it for you to put your mark on the game?
Felt good after last week. I didn't get much carries, much yards, and it just felt really good to run the ball tonight.
So now start the preparation for next week. So what is it going to take for you guys to win state?
Just staying focused and having a great week of practice like we have been the last couple weeks.
So what do you got to say about your quarterback?
Oh, he's great. He's phenomenal. And I want to shout out to our linemen. They played like freaks tonight. I wouldn't have near as many yards as I did without them. And Miller.
Right, so your defense had a great performance too. So what does it mean for your defense to play so well in a big game?
3 points. That's all. It's just our defense focus all the time. That's one of our biggest things at football right here.
All right, man. Anything else?
No, I'm good. Thank you.
We talked earlier this week, obviously, about the pressure. Obviously, it didn't affect you. So can you just talk about how excited you are to be going to state?
I am so excited. This means so much to our community, more than I think we even realize. I can't go like 5 minutes in the hallway at school without a teacher stopping me, telling me how excited they are for the game. In the community, everywhere you go, there's signs up, windows painted, stuff like that. It just means so much to our community and everyone. I'm so glad we could do it for them.
If you had to pinpoint one thing, what was the key to success tonight?
I think our defense. I mean, giving up 3 points to a team like LCC, that's awesome. Yeah.
So defense played well, but you were playing well, ran the ball well, threw the ball well. So talk about how big is it to get a total team performance, and how big is it to your team to be playing your best at this time of the year?
It is so awesome. I mean, really every aspect of the game we played well in. Our offensive line dominated in the second half. We were able to run the ball like crazy. I had plenty of time. Our receivers got open, and our defense made plays and got stops. That's awesome. That's all you can ask for.
So can you talk about how big it is for your players? What's his name, number 8?
8, yeah.
Shock. How big is it for your players to be able to make plays after the catch?
Yeah, it's awesome. Trey had 2 long touchdowns, and we didn't throw long passes. He just broke tackles and made big plays. I mean, that's your quarterback's best friend. You can throw it short, they turn it into a long play. It really makes you look good, so I appreciate it by Trey.
Also, Summersett had a couple nice runs. So how easy is it for you to make plays in a passing game when the running game is working?
It is so awesome when you're a quarterback and you can just sit back there, hand the ball off, and watch your O-line and your running back do work like that. Christian Summersett, I mean, he played awesome. He was absolutely running kids over. He was running their safeties over, picking up huge runs. It means so much to us.
Absolutely. So when you have a running back taking the hard out of defense, that wears on him as the game goes forward, right?
Yeah, no doubt. I think when we were able to run it like that, you could kind of see him start to give up a little bit, realize that, hey, they're gonna roll over us. So him running the ball like that really opened it up in the second half.
So do you guys know who you're gonna get next week yet?
Covenant Christian.
You know anything about them?
They're good.
Okay.
They won 55-8 tonight.
Oh, 55-8. So
Yep.
2 blowouts. So can you just talk? What's your first response to getting Covington Christian?
We know that playing Covenant is will be the best team we've played all year. They are really solid. I've seen a little bit of their film already, and we're gonna have to bring it.
So as good a game you had this week, how much more motivation is it? You have to play even better next week to get a state title.
I mean, what more motivation can you ask for than playing in Lucas Oil Stadium? I mean, we're so excited. We have talked, my group, we have talked since we were 2nd, 3rd grade about going to state, winning a state championship, and that we're actually going there means the world to us.
So how big is it to you for your senior year? You had a lot of hype coming in, honestly. How big is it to you to be able to finish the senior year and the COVID season with the state title?
It's awesome. In the summer, we didn't know if we were going to be able to play, and we're playing at Lucas Oil. We got 14 games in, so I mean, you can't ask for any more than that. That's awesome.
All right, so
It's hard to put into words. Growing up in Burn. From a little kid, I remember coming to games here, and before kindergarten, I remember the 1992 semi-state game where we lost to Bishop Lures. Growing up in this program, just fell to love Starfire football, and then this group of seniors had so much pressure, so much hype around them for the last 6 years, since middle school even, and so proud of their maturity to come and actually do this and accomplish what they want to do. Is our first team to go to Lucas Oil Stadium in our school's history, and I think what that means to our community. You're driving down Burn, you see the signs everywhere, people supporting, great kids from great families. It's going to be even crazier this week. It's going to be like week-long Swiss days this week.
And so, that first drive, LCC kind of seemed you moving the ball, and then you're able to stop them, they had to set up for a field goal, and then after that, your defense didn't let them do anything. How does it feel to, I guess, why were you able to do that?
It was an incredible job. The adjustments we kept making were awesome. Coach Steiner, D coordinator, absolutely incredible job with adjustments. We had Nick Miller all night long putting pressure on their quarterback, who's a very, very good quarterback. I said good things about him. And then offensively, they had two guys on system the entire night. So you see him as a decoy. Trey Schock stepped up big. Braden Bixler, who plays Nick Miller and Summersett running the ball, incredible. Offensive line played fantastic. Because so many guys stepped up. It's not one player. So many guys stepped up in this group. The work ethic and their leadership they have is absolutely unmatched right now, and it's so happy for these guys. They deserve this.
I mean, there's so many people that you know. How exciting was it to see Summersett have a great night after going out with an entry at regional?
Crazy, because he came and talked to me on Monday. I'm fine. I said, no, you're not fine. We'll probably see you till Thursday, and then Tuesday he comes out dressed, ready to go. You're not practicing. So give me a couple carries. I'll let him have a couple carries, and he's absolutely looks great, 100%. I'm like, what happened? So he had obviously healed up over the weekend, but he had an incredible night tonight. Such a leader for our team. He's one of the driving factors as far as leadership goes, getting guys motivated, getting guys excited to play. Again, there's so many special kids. You can't even start naming because you'll lose somebody. There's so many guys in this senior class that are leaders. Again, it's so fun. I'm so happy for them. They just deserve this.
And what does it say about your team with this back that ended in a fumble and then an interception? And they kind of just shrugged it off and were able to sort of just play like their old selves.
Yeah, we talked about regional last week, how we came out in the first two series, we got stalled. And same thing happened again. We still scored 40 points last week in the first half with the first two series being stalled. We really do have lightning in the ball on offense. We have so many playmakers, they're so explosive. We said just got to stay the course here. If something doesn't go our way, face adversity, just keep going. We came out in the third quarter and scored 28 points. So again, these guys just got to get them space, and we'll find a way, and we'll get the guys the ball in space, and they'll make plays for us.
All right, my last question. There was a fourth down. Looked like you were going to time out. So let's go for it. We're going to time out. All right, a touchdown. How important was that to kind of set the tone for the rest of the game?
So we actually, it's embarrassing to admit, we actually use the new analytics thing the NFL uses. We actually do use that, and I like to always say it doesn't work. So this is the first time that it said you got to go here. And I was like, are you sure? It looks like a punt when I'm eyeballing this right here. So no, you got to go upstairs to give the go sign. So we went for it and scored a touchdown. So sometimes analytics do work, but that was a huge play for us, turning point, obviously.
All right. Well, when they can make plays like that, why not go for it?
We have guys like that, exactly.
Just a few more.
Absolutely, man.
James Arnold, a lot of pressure on him. Can you talk about how big it is for him to play well in a game this big?
You cannot say enough good things about James Arnold in all aspects of life. Not even talking about his athletic ability, his arm, but his leadership, the way he carries himself academically, the way he leads this group. Just an absolutely incredible part of this team. You could tell he was nervous all week. Felt the pressure still a little bit from last year, I think, in the regional game. Couldn't be proud of the way he played tonight. Stepped up the last 2 weeks, making huge plays when our backs are against the wall. Other guys helping him out too, but again, James Arnold was a huge night for him. Right,
we'll get to the other guys. And speaking of the other guys, how important is those other guys playing good to take the pressure off of them?
And that's huge. Again tonight, our best receivers just from that two guys over them all night long. You saw Trey Schock step up big. You saw Braden Bixler step up big. Nick Miller and Summersett running the ball, absolutely incredible. Offensive line might have played their best game of the year so far. Giving James time to throw, opening up holes for both those running backs. Again, just so many guys that we have right now can step up and make plays.
And we have to talk a little bit about your team next week. Covington Christian. What do you know about them first off?
We have film. We already watched a little bit of film. They are incredible. The speed they have, the size they have. They look like a 3A, 4A school playing 1A, and they have. They beat Lutheran, who was I thought the favorite from the south. So again, they're a really good team. We'll definitely have a lot of pressure on us next week.
Yeah, I heard the score is 50.
Was it really?
50 something. James told me the score is 58 to something. So you both won in big fashion. So as good as you played this week, How much motivation is that? You have to play even better next week to bring a state title back to Byrne.
We're going to have to get the oohs and the ahs out of being there. So we're going down this week in practice and trying to get that out of the system a little bit, because going there is already huge for this community, but winning a trophy and bringing it back, I can't imagine what that would do.
Honestly, Byrne is not that big, so this might be, how colossal would it be for you to bring a state title back to this, this town, small town of Byrne?
Yeah, we've never won a state title in any sport of South Adams. We've been to state, I think, one time with two teams, and that was baseball in '72 and '82. So it's been a long time. Football's never been there. So what it would mean to bring that back to this community, it's hard you can't even put into words, because it would be. Like I said, small town. You see the fire trucks here already. There's so much support. You see the end zones painted. They put about a whole day painting the end zones for us. We have so many people in this community that support our program and our school.
And do you feel like an underdog?
Next week, I don't know if we call it the underdog. It's definitely going to be a great game. We've played with a little chip on our shoulder all year long. So from last year, we thought we should have made a run to state, and we didn't. So that's been a huge factor. Now that we're there, we got to take care of business, and we want to bring a chip home to Byrne, our community.
All right, thanks, Coach.